All right, so let's talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. I've said it multiple times now. Out of body experience here in the studio, watching what I think is Randy Moss 2.0. What was it like in the stadium? You were slightly ahead of me, texting me updates before the television here in Phoenix got caught up. But in all seriousness, like number 18, we're having flashbacks of watching number 11, are we not?
Yeah, I was having flashbacks when Katy Perry was the halftime show, and she was on she was up in the stadium. I was levitating as well, just watching it. It was an out-of-body experience. But you know what's great? It's like we talk about this team, they stay hungry. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. said, yeah, it was good. Like Josh Weinfuss asked him, like, hey, you had 130 and 2 touchdowns at the end of the first quarter. That's got to be as good of a performance from a wide receiver in the NFL. He's like, yep. But also, he was like, when he was asked about Kyler Murray, he's like, Kyler Murray went 17 for 21. His 4 incompletions, they were balls thrown to me. I've got to be better. When he was targeting somebody else, like the ball didn't hit the ground. So Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, obviously made a statement and wanted to prove people wrong about all the stupid stuff they were saying last week. At the same time, understands that there's room for growth.
We talked about it, Bo, before you jumped on, where this team fits now in the hierarchy of what I think is a very parity-filled NFC. Now that, Dallas has regressed, San Francisco lost. I don't buy the Seahawks with 2 big fraudulent wins against Bo Nix and Jacoby Brissett. Like, do you feel like, and Britton and I and Damon were talking about before you jumped on, so we're going to gang up on you now, this is a playoff level offense. Will the Cardinals do what's necessary to get their defense to a playoff level defense with maybe a Hassan Reddick addition early this season? Because there's a pathway now for a very special year in Arizona, assuming the offense keeps it up.
Yeah, I think you've got the week 1 performance and you've got the week 2 performance. And probably where the truth lies is somewhere in the middle, as that cliche goes. But as far as the pass rush and the defense, and, if they can be somewhere, in between to complement this offense, that does bode well for the Arizona Cardinals. But what they needed today was exactly what they got, right? They needed to buy themselves some time and then let this offense kind of prove themselves worthy of maybe pulling off a deal and adding to this team. Because if they don't come out here and have the performance that they did and beat the holy hell out of the Rams 41-10, I think people are saying, well, it was a decent win over an undermanned team. But, I'm still not convinced. This was a convincing win. I had asked Kyler Murray at the end of the day, like, was this a statement? He says, well, we didn't come out here to make a statement. We just know that if we play to our capabilities, we got the ability to do something special. And that's paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. And, if they can continue to do this consistently, I think that absolutely will put this, especially the front office, more in a position to say, hey, we'll go out there, we'll spend draft capital because we're ahead of schedule. And it would prove, it would just be the right move for the organization to capitalize now sooner rather than later.
We all silly like the mayor.